Welcome back, everyone. It's John, Wade Boggs fan. Well, I'd like to start off by congratulating the 10 new members of the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. I'm happy to say that I follow all of those 10 channels and enjoy watching their videos. They are very deserving of that honor. So again, congratulations to those 10 channels. And thank you to Mike, Baseball Collector. I know you always get a lot of grief every year for doing this, but thank you for holding this contest again. I found it to be positive, checking out some different channels that either I didn't know about or haven't visited in a while. So I like to look at the positive side of this. In fact, I took a look at the voting results, and even though I technically was not eligible this year because I've been on YouTube for still just less than a year, I actually received one vote. So very surprised and honored that someone out there felt that I am deserving of being in the Sports Card Hall of Fame. So thank you to that individual who voted for me. I really do appreciate that. Today's video is a little bit of a mail day. I have two Boggs cards that I got in the mail, but I also want to take this opportunity to do a shout out to two channels in keeping with my goals for 2021 of not just providing content, but highlighting other channels that are out there. For these two channels, you may be aware of them, maybe not. But even if you are, maybe in a while since you've visited that channel, watched their videos, I really enjoy their videos. They interact with my videos. I interact with them. So very good members of the card community. So I'll be highlighting those two channels and then turn the camera around and stuff and check out the mail day. But before I get into all of that, in my previous video, I was telling you about my attempted search for some Star Wars cards that I am pretty sure that I have, and maybe some other oddball non-sports card stuff. And the video that I made last time was a result of that search. Not that I found anything, but other stuff that I found, some inserts and other oddball stuff. And I tend to have a photographic memory, so I can picture stuff I have, and I thought what I was looking for was in this one box, and I could picture the box, and I found that box, and I looked through it hoping that I had some of my Star Wars cards or some other stuff. Well, no such luck, so the hunt continues. I haven't totally given up, but that's going to set that for the side. If I come across them someday, that's great, but whatever. But here's what I did find, and just be prepared to be excited. I found two ET cards from 1982, and having a photographic memory, these blue borders sort of look similar to, I forget which series out of the 5 of Star Wars. So I'm sort of wondering if I had just been flipping through cards. In fact, there's the back of them there. I'm wondering if flipping through them, I thought they may have been Star Wars. We'll see. But anyway, I have two ET cards, so I'm really going to hold on to those. And I came across an extremely valuable Pro Set card of Wayne Gretzky. And I'm sure they only printed about 5 million of these. So another win for the collection there. So anyway, that's been my saga of trying to find those Star Wars cards. So we'll see if that ever happens. Anyway, all right, let's get to the two channels that I want to shout out, and then we'll go check out some mail. All right, the first channel that I want to highlight is Wildcat 72 Cardboard. Scott. Scott has been on YouTube for almost 6 years now, and big Yankees fan into all different sports. Um, he's a sort of a local boy. He's from Pennsylvania, like me. I haven't met Scott yet, but I think we probably live maybe an hour and a half away from each other. Is into vintage Hall of Famers, current players as well, likes to go to card shops, flea markets, uh, you name it. He collects a wide range of sports cards and just enjoys collecting. So he only has, he has 665 subscribers. But again, I just wanted to highlight Scott's channel there. And how about you go over and give him a look and check out some of his videos. And the next channel that I want to shout out is Topps Vintage 316, Brian. Brian's been around for not quite 5 years, almost 5 years. And his one main passion is trying to put together the 1971 Topps complete set. And if I'm not mistaken in watching his videos, he may just be one card away. So I haven't seen a recent video of his showing off the entire set. So he's still probably just one card short, but he's mainly into vintage, but he does open some modern stuff. And just, I think he may even do some through the mail stuff, but likes to show off his cards, collects a wide range of, some basketball and baseball, mainly baseball, but he only has 170 subscribers. So how about you head over and check out Brian's channel, Topps Vintage 316. All right, let's turn the camera around now and check out my mail day. All right, the first card that I want to show off has a little bit of a backstory. Wasn't sure I was going to get this card. This card came up on eBay, I would say back in September. And it was a buy it now. I actually had some eBay bucks. And so I went ahead and bought it, paid for it. A couple days later, get a message from the seller saying, hey, I don't know if he was getting ready to move or something, but he said he packed all these different cards up in a box and can't find it anymore, and is really sorry. I'm thinking, yeah, right, really, and all that stuff. And he did give me my money back. And fast forward to, I was probably maybe 2 weeks ago, he shoots me a message. Somehow I think he had my email address, or however, I forget how he reached out to me, but he said, hey, I found the card. If you're still interested, in it, I'll sell it to you again. And so we agreed upon the same price that I won it for back in September, and received it. So this is it here. It's from 2019 Topps Triple Threads, and it's the Legend Relics out of 9, 6 out of 9. All right, and if you can see there, it looks like a little bit of a patch piece, or maybe the beading or whatever, along his uniform there, maybe a Tampa Bay Rays, and some marker there, probably from part of his name, from a signed jersey. So that's pretty cool there, out of 9, and that goes along with the other ones I have of that set. So I have the base out of 36. Then I have I think this is the Amethyst out of 27. The Emerald out of 18. And again, now the Gold out of 9. So I'm only missing the Sapphire out of 3, and of course the Ruby out of 1. And I think one of my fellow Boggs collectors might have picked up that 1 of 1. So the most I could do here is get the Sapphire out of 3, although those are even so incredibly tough. But 4 different versions there of the 2019 Topps Triple Threads Legends Relics. All right, the next card that I got, and this one is hard to figure out exactly what you have, even if you realize you have it. And the reason why I bring this up is it's an embossed card. And back in 2003, Topps did, I don't know if this was their first attempt at, it probably wasn't their first attempt at doing buyback cards, but they bought back some of their cards and they put an embossment, sort of like a stamp on it, but it's sometimes really hard to see. And they have listed print runs of how many were distributed, sort of like the, you know, the signature cards. You get one a pack and it's encased, and they have certain buybacks and different print runs and things like this. So this one is again from 2003, and I'll show you again why this makes it even more difficult. But it's the 1984 Topps buyback. And of course, one of the reasons why I wanted this was it was an 84, and as you know, I have over 1,000 1984 Topps Wade Boggs cards. Why? I don't know. I'm crazy, but I just love that. This is one of my favorite designs of Boggs cards, the 84 Topps. Anyway, I'll see if I can get the light right. The embossing is right there, and it just says vintage on the top there, card, Topps in the middle, and on the sides it's 2003 for 2003 vintage card. So this is the Topps vintage embossed, and according to Topps, only 24 of these were bought back and embossed and inserted into packs. Other print runs go as high as it looks like maybe 100 or so. I do have a couple others, and I have the 1985, and that has a print run of 100. Again, you can see it right there. And I have the 1987 glossy, I think it's the glossy All-Star. Actually, I have two of them, and that print run is only 71. And again, sometimes it's really faint. You can barely see it there. They try to put it at the same spot though. But again, you could be looking through a card. Again, it's really hard to see. You could be going through cards, and if you don't catch it, you don't even know you have one of these embossed cards. And then I have an 88 All-Star. That 88 All-Star also has a print run of 100. Down there at the corner there, you can barely see it. And of course, the 1989 All-Star, that also has a print run of 100. So there are a couple out there that the print runs are as low as 1, 2, 4, 5, things like that. Again, if you don't notice it, and it was listed as an embossed, because you can't pick it up on a photo on eBay. It's just so hard. Now this one here, a certain angle, you can even see it there. There's an embossing there. So some of them are easier to pick up than others. And to add to the difficulty or the confusion, also in 2003, so these were the vintage embossed. They also had an all-time fan favorites set. And in that all-time fan favorites set, they did some buybacks and embossed, and the embossing is slightly different. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to make it out here. There is a sort of like a pennant look here, and it says all-time favorites vintage, I think, card in 2003. So it's the same year, 2003, but this is the all-time fan favorites embossed. And there were only 5 cards of Boggs bought back, and I have 4 of them. This is obviously the 1985 Topps. There was about 140 of these bought back. Then I have the 87 Topps. There were 269 of these. So not rare, but again, if you don't know what you're looking for, you may pass it by. 88 All-Star, 182. and the 89 All-Star of 273. The only one I'm missing is the 89 Record Breaker card of the all-time fan favorites vintage embossed. So there you have it. Some, again, as a player collector, you look for this stuff. If you're sorting through, I mean, I bet you there could be some of these cards in dime boxes, quarter boxes. You look at an 89 Topps All-Star card of Wade Boggs, and it's not worth much. But to a player collector with that embossing on it or stamp, I mean, I forget what I paid for that 84 Topps. I think it was 25 bucks, 30 bucks. Now, again, there were only 26 of them, but you don't see them very often. So there you go. Hopefully an interesting mail day for you. And let's finish things off with trivia. All right, here was the trivia question from my previous video. Which player hit back-to-back home runs with Hank Aaron most often? And the answer is Hall of Famer Eddie Matthews. They teamed up 15 times to hit back-to-back home runs. All right, now for the new question for this video. It's a little bit long here and maybe a little tough. Keeping with Hank Aaron, Hank, who had 755 home runs, and Tommy Aaron, who had 13 home runs, hold the record for most homers by two brothers in MLB history with 768. What pair is second? So think about that. What other brother combination is second for most combined home runs? Maybe a little bit difficult, but we'll see if you get it. That's all I have for you guys, as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.